Who knows what holiday we celebrate in a week? That's right, Thanksgiving. And what do we eat on Thanksgiving? Turkey! Today we're going to read a story about 4 noisy turkeys that break into a barnyard and what happens to them as they get caught by the farmer. It's called Gobble Gobble Crash, a barnyard counting batch. Now, I want you to look at this word, crash, and this word, batch. Who can tell me what's the same? That's right, they both have the same ending, A-S-H. Who can tell me what's different? Right again. They both start out with different letters. Crash starts with C-R, and bash starts with B. Today we're going to learn that you can make different words by changing the first part of the word, but keeping the second part. This will help as you go into first and second grades, as you learn to read and spell, because if you can spell crash, you can also spell bash. All you do is keep the ending the same, A-S-H, and you change the first part. These are called word families, and knowing your word families will help you as you learn to read and spell. So, I'm going to read this story, and I want you to listen and help me make a list of words that sound the same. Fireflies danced in the dark summer sky, and crickets in the garden played their music in reply. The farm was very quiet as the night replaced the day, while one lonely mare nibbled softly on some hay. 2 baby cows in the barn fell asleep to the lullaby of bullfrogs croaking low and deep. Settled in the barn with the spiders and a rat were 3 fuzzy kittens cozied close to Mama Cat. 4 woolly sheep in a corner of their pen lay a jumbled and a tumbled in a pile, and then, wow, what a sight! It was strange as strange could be, when flapping wild turkeys flew above the apple tree. 5 white geese honked and started laughing hard. They shook and rolled with laughter in the middle of the yard. Gobble gobble crash, turkeys smashed into the coop, where chickens squawked and fluttered, a fluffy feathered group. Mama hen grew angry, and she scolded loud and quick. Turkeys, can't you calm yourselves? Think of my 6 chicks. Gobble gobble crash, turkeys banged into the house and scared the living daylights out of Mrs. Maggie Mouse. Hey, you naughty turkeys, quit your flying in the night, scolded Miss Maggie Mouse, holding 7 babies tight. Gobble gobble crash, turkeys found the piggy pen, where they slopped and made a muddy mess, and then they flew again. 9 baby pigs started squealing with delight, 'cause they loved the turkeys flapping in the middle of the night. What is all that gobbling? Cried the farmer in his bed. Not another turkey mess, Mrs. Farmer said. Farmer opened up the window, yelling to the crowd. I'm gonna have a turkey feast, Mr. Farmer vowed. The animals all gasped when they heard the farmer's scheme. We'll save you, turkeys, came the cry from the barnyard team. Farmer hurried down the stairs, switching on a light, prepared to stop those turkeys from a gobble-crashing flight. But when Farmer turned the corner to the barnyard gate, all the animals were quiet. Had he gotten there too late? He thought he heard some shushes as he stepped beside the coop, but the turkeys all had vanished. Where was that noisy group? Gobble gobble, shh. 10 baby robins slept soundly in their nest, while 9 pink pigs by their mama took a rest. 8 little goats were a-dozing side by side, as 7 tiny mice by their mommy softly sighed. 6 chicks slept close together in a cage. Where were the other turkeys? You'll have to turn the page. 5 white geese dozed beside the maple stump, and 4 woolly sheep hid a feathered turkey rump. 3 fuzzy kittens and those 2 baby cows snuggled close to 1 horse and some soft and cuddly sows. Farmer was confused, looking around, and slowly said, Well, maybe I was dreaming. and he went back up to bed. But when Farmer tried to fall asleep, he thought he heard a crash. A gobble gobble crash. Oh no! Another barnyard bash. Did you hear words that sounded alike in that story? What were some words that you heard that were alike? Let's make our list. I heard lots of words that were alike in that story, and most of them had the same ending. Let's see. We have crash, and bash, and asleep, and deep, and quick, and chick, day and hay, hard and yard, late and gate, pen and then, house and mouse. And look at all these that end in IGHT. Tight, night, delight, light, and flight. And there's lots more, too, that we found. And remember, all you have to do to get a different word is change the first part of the word and keep the second part the same. And sometimes it can be tricky because there's some words that sound the same, but they don't have the same endings, like coop and group. Coop ends in OOP, and group ends in OUP. So they're not in the same word family, even though they sound the same. And bee and tree, and sky and reply, and scheme and team. Why aren't they the same? That's right, because they don't have the same word ending. Now I want you to play a game on your own called the Blending Bowl, and this is going to help us use the skill that we learned today about keeping the same word ending and changing the first part of the word to make a completely different word.
Choose a player. Est. Who will play against Est?
Let's do CH. Ch.
Est. 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 Chest. Amazing.
All we had to do was keep the EST and put CH in front of it to make chest.
You get more.
Try another one.
Est. Who will play against Est?
Bih.
Est. 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 Best. Awesome.
You want to do a couple more?
More. Est.
Okay.
More. Est. Who will play against Est? T. Est. T. Est. T. Est. Test. Incredible.
couple more, just to make sure you understand.
Est. 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 Vest. More. Est.
You got time for one more.
Est. Wi. Wi. Est. Wi. Est. Wi. Est. West. Amazing.
Okay, good job. I think you guys really understand how to take the same word ending and change one letter to make a whole different word. Good job, guys. Let's talk about what we learned today. Today, like we saw in the game we just played, we learned how to keep the same word ending and change one letter to make a whole different word. Like crash and bash. We kept the ASH, and all we had to do to go from crash to bash is change the CR into a B, and we have a whole new word. Like hard and yard in the story. Change the H to a W and keep the ARD, and you've got another word. Like all these UMP words, thump to pump. Keep the UMP, change TH to a P, or the P to an ST, or the ST to an R, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 new words. And we also learned that just because words sound the same doesn't mean they have the same word ending, like scheme and team. We couldn't change scheme into team because they don't have the same word ending. Scheme ends in EME and team ends in EAM. So we can't change that one to make a new word. I hope you guys had fun learning about word endings and also reading the story about Thanksgiving.